Yes guys, welcome to the Jasmy Coin Speculators Discord channel. We used to be called Jasmy Underground Research Department, but there's a lot more researchers in the space now, so we'll let them take that title. Today we're going to be looking at Jasmy Coin, and we're going to introduce the Discord along with some of the predictions that we've made in the last few weeks, some of which seem to be playing out very nicely. So let's go into the project. So there we go, there's the chart. Let's see what the chart's doing currently. So currently I'm looking at Bitcoin, and it has broke out of my downtrend lines. These are long-term downtrend lines that are from 2021, and currently it broke out of the major downtrend. We still have a weak downtrend left, which is currently on. It's at 31,690. It's currently looking like it wants to break that as well. So let me zoom in on the 15-minute chart, see what it's doing. Bitcoin seems to be carrying a bit of strength now, and I made some observations yesterday which I'll go into today. Ethereum also is about to break through an apex, which might take it to a very nice price. Let's see where it could go. Ethereum could easily hit 2,150, and if it breaks out of that one, it's definitely going to hit this 3,000 mark. It's literally parallel with 3,000, well, 2,940. Yeah, so I'm very confident into where this is going. Ethereum hasn't broken the downtrend yet. It hasn't actually broken that one, but it is breaking one of them, which and it's currently on a second one now, which is at the current price 1,719. Once it breaks that, it could do a nice little run. We could see a candle that takes it from approximately 1,100, $600 climb at least minimum. And if we're looking at a very big climb, it could go from 2k to 4k easy. It's done it in the last run, and it could easily start repeating those same big tall green wicks. That's what I'm speculating. But let's go to Jasmy. I have a few different charts for Jasmy. Some of them are very messy, but I understand them. That's the main thing. So we have this green line here, which is at the current price, I'd say it's around 0.0867. So if it wanted to, it could break out of where it is now and go to that 0.08009. If it does that 0.009, what it's going to signify is it's on the breakout, because it's going to be a higher point than the previous run that started on the 28th of December 2022, and it ended approximately on the 7th of February. So it had a nice little run, and then it had a fall. It just went on a liquidation run. It's been going fairly sideways, slightly downwards, but mostly sideways for many months. I'd say since May, June times, it's been going sideways and slightly down. It hasn't hit another bottom and since 18th of August, which is a week ago. I'm on about a week, 3 months ago. So it's been about 2 or 3 months until it's hit a bottom, and now it's came down to just slightly missed that bottom. It's currently fighting a climb. It's actually a climb trend that it's fighting currently, which dates back from December the 29th. So let's see the tidy maps on Jasmy. So here's my tidy map. We can see this is the downtrend from June of 2022, where it fell from, where it came to the bottom from that 5-cent climb. You had that 5-cent climb. It came all the way down, way below 5 cent, way below 1 cent. And it's been doing that since. So currently we can see that it's just started to peak out. The first stop for Jasmy is 4187. What we need it to do, we need it to get into this safe zone of 6500, 006500 and 006. That's the kind of range we need. And as soon as it breaks above, I don't know, 7372, it could do a nice green wick to above 1 cent, I think. Let's have a look where it could take us at this current price. So let's put it there for safety. So currently it will take us to 1 cent, 1.1 cent. And if we look at the RSI also, it signifies that it could do a potentially nice climb, especially if it wanted to take it to the upside. It doesn't even have to go in the oversold. The moving average will have to come up to 65 RSI to make that climb. Definitely 65 RSI to make the climb. Let's do this downtrend here. Boom. And that's what it's got to break on the RSI. So it's currently at a very good space. 50 is mid-range. It's currently just broke that on the actual RSI, while the moving average is stuck at 36.37 on the RSI, which is good. Which is good considering that if you look at the very base of this RSI line, you can see that it's actually just touching the bottom trend for the climb on the RSI. So that's a good sign. Let's have a look at the other Jasmy charts as well. This is a prediction that I did a while ago. This is what I was speculating. Oh, if only this happened. If only this happened. But this is what I'm speculating. I did draw this in. I drew this big curve in many months ago, many months ago, before it even reached that point. I did it when it did that Binance drop. I was like, oh, this is what I think it's gonna do. But now it's on my other prediction. I did this prediction roughly about 2 weeks ago. This little curvy line here. Oh damn, just moved it too much. But that little curvy line there. So this isn't the best chart, by the way. This has just got my levels. I need to actually extend them, so let me just extend this. And we have this green one up here as well. I need to extend, just so we got a rough idea. 007 is a very high possibility. Where is that from here? It's just over double. But we need to see the strength. We need to see it break these basic levels here. So let me extend these lines here. There's one. So the first stop it needs to break is at 0041. Once it does that, that's our first sign of strength. 0041. I'm just sorting out these levels a little bit. So just off key. Slightly lower, yeah. That's not my most accurate chart, by the way. This is another chart as well. Let's see what this is doing. These are predictions that I put in a good few days ago, at least. It's been about a week. And look, it's following. It's starting to follow. And what it needs to do, yeah, is what I'm predicting it needs to do is, so it's currently following this, so it needs to curve, peak, maybe come back down here, and then do a nice peak, and then it needs to play with everyone a little bit, but it needs to work its way up to this orange line. It needs to break its way to the half a cent line, which is, it needs to double in price. It needs to double in price. Where there, let me see this big drop here. This is the most important one. So I'll do a separate line for the Binance fall. So that's the base of it. Yeah, once that Binance fall gets cancelled, I think we got a very big climb. It's going to be bigger than what people expect. Let's put it in a 15-minute zoom in a bit. Okay, but that's what I'm expecting it to do. But yeah, let's have a look at some of my predictions. So let's go to the Discord quickly. Let's have a look. So let's scroll up a little bit. Let's have a look at my most recent ones. Okay, so got this here. Now that on the right hand side you see the orange circle, that signifies the breakout point of Bitcoin, where it's attempting to do its little breakout now. If it gets to the 33k, we could see some substantial climb, but we could also see some cool off points. So let me zoom in again on Bitcoin. I'm highlighting that candle is breaking some of the zones. If you look at the top of the screen now, look at the RSI lines. They're pretty high. They've been high since, I'd say, the 16th, where they started to really shoot up, which is good. It's a good sign. It gave us the signal that it is going to pump. Many people would have probably cashed out on that little pump or skimmed some profits because of the crazy downward trajectory it's been having. So now it's going to catch people by surprise, and it seems to be doing a good job. From the 16th, it's now the 23rd, so it's been 7 days already. Great, keep it coming, keep it coming. Let's have a whole green month, a month of green candles. Let's do it. This is where the candle wick started, just that showed a strength, so I just highlighted that. Let's have a look at this. This is the Bitcoin, so I'm like, alright, it's got to break this. No, this isn't what I'm pointing at here. I've made a prediction many days ago, even weeks ago, and I said it's got to do the 31k, 33k. Look where it went. It went 30985, like $15 away from 31k. Oh my days. But it broke today. So this is a little bit earlier, and this was it breaking. So we can see that it's at 31,197. A little bit late, but it happened. This is my Jasmy signal. This is doing the same thing, just retesting zones and doing pretty well. Just highlighting that 8. There's a little stoppage there, exactly on the trend line, exactly on the zone, which is a great sign. Let's have a look. So this was highlighting the break before it happened. This is saying up right where that star is, that's what it's going to break out of, and it's just done that, so that's great. And this is the important one. So this shows the history of Bitcoin from approximately February 2020. I'm not focusing on the very bottom, I'm focusing on from when it starts to climb. So we've got the red boxes along the bottom part of the chart, that signifies the lowest point. we've got the low mid range, which is the orange point where we currently are. Then we have the green range, which is light green, at 40k, in between 37.5 and 40k. That's where it's got to push towards. We've got the high end, which is from 42.5k to 50k. We'd really love it to go there. And then we have the peak, which is 70k, from 52.5 to 70k. At the very bottom of the screen, what I've done, I've created boxes on the timeline so we can see, alright, this is a low point here, and then it goes from low to mid to peaking, and then it goes back down to mid, and then it peaks again, and then it goes back down to mid, to the bottom, to the bottom, to the mid, to the mid, to the mid, and then it goes straight from the bottom. So basically at the very end of the thing where we are now, I've got a blue square and a red square, signifying if it goes down we could go to 15k, could go to 15k, 22.5k, but if we go up we could break this 70k, we could break that 7k from here, especially if it does a repeat of the first run. It's going to take us to just under 100k. Let's have a look at these pink ovals that I have drawn as well, because the pink ovals signify a strong push. So in 2021 we had a strong push just before, so it started in approximately mid October, started to peak, and then it consolidated for a while, for about a month or two, and then it peaked again, went to the all-time high. It cooled off to the mid-range, peaked again to the all-time high, but in fact it broke the all-time high. So that was two opportunities people could have had to either skim profits or accumulate. But what I'm doing is, you got these pink circles, notice how tall they are at the beginning, and as we go through the year and the next year they get smaller and smaller, but they still happen, those climbs still happen, but they're just so small. It doesn't give anybody a squeeze to make anything. It's designed to hold people in. Now we're coming to a point where it's been a while since we've had any big substantial climbs. So what I've done is I've repeated the pink circles that initially happened, currently where it is on the chart, just to see where it could take us. Could break the all-time high, but it could also only make half a way up there. So what it could do, it can get to that light, that green zone, come back down to this orange, and then go to the blue zone. So there's a number of things it can do, but we've also considered the downside as well, which is the red square. But that's my prediction. Let's see if it plays out. It means that by April, March, so mid-February we should have an all-time high on Bitcoin. If this plays out, we'll see what happens. This is a prediction that I have moved to the current position. So this was the original prediction. I predicted this approximately around the 4th of October. It's now the 23rd of October. So approximately 20 days ago. I was alright, it's got to break this 31k. And looks like it's doing that now, so that's great. My prediction has been reached. I've also marked a red star on this map, which shows that if it wants to cool off, it's going to fall back into this range where this red star is in between these two lines. So you could copy my chart, and yeah, got this concentration as well on this blue line, the base blue line, light blue line. We have a concentration around about on the 12th. Yeah. So I think we're going to have a very good time, especially that it's touched that prediction already. Great. And this was Bitcoin yesterday. So this is letting us know it's on the up climb. It's on the up climb. Just look at the RSI at the very top of the screen. We have the orange line, which is a downward trajectory. But the good thing that's showing us is it's climbing as it's cooling off, meaning it can climb a lot. Yes, the RSI has done this big spike, but it's cooling off. It's going to be cooling off. It's going to be going down. It's going to touch this faint yellow line that's approximately just under 50 RSI. It keeps touching it. It's touched it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times. It's going to hit it again. So this is where the big boys who have got money can make money. I don't have money to make money, so I've just got to play smart with what I've got. But there's people out there who've got millions, so you guys can make some crazy money. This is my Jasmy prediction on the RSI. So the orange lines signify various trends. So we have the bottom peak trend, we have the two bottom gradual trends, and then we have the stars at the top, which signify the breakout. So the breakout is that green line. Whenever this yellow RSI line breaks that, it's going to be a good day. But it also means that it's also a risky day, because it means it can cool off and go downwards. So there's a lot that can happen. So if I'm looking at the RSI where it's at currently, every time it touches the screen light, it does its peak and then it starts cooling off. I feel like it's going to be cooling off soon, and it's going to come back down to where these orange stars are on this purple line, between the 36 and the 40 RSI. If that happens nicely, then we can do some very good climbs. Yeah, things can look really good. And then let's have a look at this. Earlier, this is me highlighting, hey, it's going to do my thing. Let's have a look. Here we go, Jasmy. And this is showing that a few days ago it hit my baseline, which is the bottom of the purple line. As you can see, the yellow moving average line for the RSI has hit the base of my chart. Now if it hits the white line, which is even lower, that's even better, because it means that it's getting ready for a huge crazy climb. So even if Jasmy does a fall right now, don't panic, because it just means it's in an even better position to do an even crazier climb. Now whenever it breaks this orange line here, it's gonna signify the real breakout. First it was on this white line, this diagonal downwards white line that's in the middle of the screen. It used to bounce off there all the way from the top, but what happened is it broke out and it bounced off the orange line at the top, so that's letting me know that that was the signal for the breakout. Now it came back under all the lines to touch that base purple line, which is a downtrend line, and if you look at the purple line above it, you can see the moving average has bounced off it twice, and then it broke through it on the third time to land on the lower one, which lets me know that it wants to do a great climb. And here's some charts, so I'm going to explain some of these things to people so they understand. So this is the Bitcoin 15-minute chart. So what I'm doing now, yeah, is if you look at the RSI at the very top of the screen, you can see, first of all, you can see stars at the top of the screen. So the first green star signifies the breakout, where the RSI goes into above the 70 range. In fact, it touches the 90 range, which is brilliant. It did that big tall wick, as you can see, within the first big yellow tall box. You can see that big wick. That's what it did on the RSI. Let's have a look at the second green box around the 20th. I've got the orange arrow that says that it's pushing up, which is like, alright, it's going to go oversold. And same with that first yellow box, you got the orange arrow. and you've got it in the third green box as well across. You've got 2 orange arrows. That's letting us know, alright, it can go up, but if it drops in that red box with the green arrows is a go. So whenever the RSI is in that green zone, it's super buying opportunity. That's when the climb's going to happen. So whenever the RSI touches anything below 30, it's good. That's on a 15-minute chart. The RSI on average fluctuates between 39 and 60. It fluctuates, but anything in the above 70 means it's going to start throwing out big tall green candles. Now on the RSI you've got the squiggly purple line, which is the actual RSI, and then you have the moving average, which is the bright yellow squiggly line. The moving average is where they round it up and they average it off. So what you want essentially is you want the purple line to climb above the yellow line, but strongly. So whenever you see a big climb, you can see that there's a big gap between the yellow and the purple line for the RSI. When the purple leaves that yellow, that's when you're going to get the tall green candles. This is just for the people who don't understand how it works, because I didn't understand myself. I've only been doing this for 2 years. Now at the very right hand side of the screen on the RSI you have 2 green circles. That's where the RSI is heading, and the higher green circles where it could go. So if it heads into that zone, it's going to go up there, which means it's going to do a nice climb, and I think it's doing that right now. Also on the actual chart we've got a red tick, which signifies if it falls, it's going to fall onto that yellow line on the chart just where that green arrow is, and if it climbs, it's got a green spike where it's going to climb. It's going to probably come back down onto that exact same line, so it gives people an opportunity to maybe cash out, skim some profits and buy back in. Yeah, let's go to this one. So this is Jasmy's 15-minute chart, and it just shows the peaks that have been happening, you know, the falls that have been happening, how the RSI has been cooling off quite a bit. But the RSI doesn't make sense on this, because if you look approximately where October starts, the RSI is at the same point as where that big candle that happens on the 3rd. You know, and it's the purple line that you got to watch. Yeah, the purple line's a little bit taller than the first one, but how come the 3rd purple line on the RSI doesn't take the candle wick taller on, I'd say there's, is it the 5th, the 4th? Yeah, the 4th. Yeah, the RSI doesn't make sense sometimes, and this is a prediction that I was like, alright, I feel like this is going to be the cup and handle. It's a weird looking cup and handle, but I just feel like this is going to be it, and it's looking like it is turning out like that. I'm going to look into a few other accounts as well for you guys to follow, so give me a second. I'm going to go to the Twitter. We can see kind of nice formation here for a climb as well on the Bitcoin. So I've just been following the main things. So this is my RSI chart. This is my patterns that I've noticed, the main points, the trajectory lines. We've got the baseline, which is the orange dotted line. We have another baseline for the climb, which is the higher up, the mid-range orange dotted line, and we've got the high point, which is the dotted line at the very top going downwards. We have a green dotted line that goes through the middle. That's safety. That's safety. Whenever it touches that safety, and you can see that it's touched it recently and it's starting to do its climb. Now this climb could only take it to maybe 44 RSI, which is still below the average, which means it's still being held down and it's got a crazy amount to climb. And if it does that, it's going to touch the 40, probably come back down to this 35, and then it's going to try to climb for this 62. It's going to go to that diagonal white line in the middle. That's on an uptrend. That's what it wants to climb to. But if it breaks that, we want those green lines. We want those tall oversold green lines. This is the daily chart as well. So if we get those green lines on a daily chart, we could see a couple of cent. Maybe we could see some great climbs there either way. Here's another pattern. This is on a 4-hour Jasmy chart. What I notice is it's cooling off. Yeah, the chart's moving down. Or is it moving down? I think it's going sideways, but it's cooling off as it's doing that. We want that middle green diagonal lines. It's currently at the top of that, and it's probably peaking to the oversold, which we want. We want it like that first star that happened. That first star that happened, we need it like that. Currently the purple line is leaving the yellow line for the RSI, which is good. The RSI is leaving the moving average. And just marking on the RSI on the 30-minute, like, alright, it's hit the 30-minute now, it's going to cool off. We'll see what it's doing. We'll go to the chart in a second. This is my prediction before it happened. It happened late. It happened 2 weeks later, but it's better to predict these things before they happen instead of after they happen, because after it happens it's too late. you miss the opportunity. This is the weekly chart for Jasmy. So this is that exact same pattern on the chart, but this is not the daily now, this is the weekly, and it shows that it's maintained for many months, since February. And then in April the moving average entered that zone, and it's just remained on the downtrend, cooling off in that zone. Now imagine if that purple line right now does what it did back in December 2023, where it did that very nice climb. That's what we want. That very nice climb right now would take it to 62.5 RSI. I think that will be 3 cent at least, maybe. I'm just guessing. But this is the daily chart. The exact same trend lines. Yeah. We can see that the RSI is the purple, is the orange square. The moving average is the green square. It's currently underneath. As soon as that flips over that green box, we're going up. And on the daily we can see that it has already overtaken the moving average. It's just not showing it on the weekly. And this is me just posting proof that I was like, oh, this is what I think is going to happen on, that was the 10th of the 10th, so 10 days before it happened. These are the predictions as well. Posted these on what date? I posted them a while ago. But yeah, that's where I think it's gonna go. 007. If it breaks that, we gotta hit this 85. And this is where I want it, the 3 cent. I think 3 cent will be safe. I say 3 cent because if it's going to be an uptrend, it's got to overtake that first peak. That's what I believe it's got to do, and that's at 3 cent. That could happen. This is the bigger picture. This is why I think 3 cent, because it matches up. It can either go in between these two orange lines, or it's going to touch that red line up there. Or it's going to be lower than that. That red line's wrong. That red line, that red dotted line, dashed line, it's supposed to be touching that first peak from when it touched the bottom, which would take it about 3 cent. Yeah. This is Bitcoin. So you got the very bottom, you got first peak, second peak. Man, Bitcoin could hit 100k. It could. Bitcoin's going to do the breakout. And we've got another Bitcoin there, just different charts, so different stuff. My charts are really messy, but I understand them. That's the main thing. It doesn't really bother me if anybody else doesn't understand them. I can explain everything that I'm doing. But yeah, let's go over to the Twitter. Let's have a look. So let's do the Twitter now. Boom. Boom. Let's get this going. Let's hit the right chart on. A 30-minute chart, 15-minute chart. Ooh, 15-minute chart's looking good. 3-minute chart's looking okay. Let's see the RSI. That's what I need. Yeah, the RSI is good, man. Put it on the 1 minute. 1 minute's my favourite chart. Yeah, RSI is great. RSI is great. Just drawing this. Oh my days, I hate this mouse. I've got a broken mouse here, and yeah. Now I'll make these a 1. I have to plot it out on the 1 minute chart. This is my thing that I have to do. So we got 2. In fact, that's going to move a little bit higher up. It's got to basically pass through as many points as possible. Technically it's about here. That's about right. But even on the 1 minute chart, look at the RSI, it's great. That's at a great place. Even if it does do a spike downwards, it's only going to touch that orange line. Maybe just underneath it like these, yeah. But then it's ready to go for a very big climb on the 1 minute, which to me is the most important. We've got the 3 minute, which is calm, 15-minute calm, 30-minute calm, 4 hours high. Look at that for an RSI. Look how high the RSI is. That is nuts. The RSI has been at that point since the 16th of October. It's now the 23rd. Another 3 days. That's like 10 days in oversold. That will definitely make the weekly RSI go up, which is great. But yeah, let's have a look. So guys, if you're into Jasmy research, definitely give NeoXtrix a follow. That's at BAINA capital A17 NeoXtrix. He does a lot of research, Jasmy. He's one of the newest researchers, I'd say. But he does a lot of in-depth stuff, connects the dots. This is the kind of stuff that I like, is when people connect the dots so you can see the bigger picture. Yeah, he's an all-round researcher, like all aspects of Jasmy, even the things linked to it, the partners. He does a lot of research. He finds things many weeks before others even start to notice it. He puts all of the information on there, but many people don't actually read much. They like it to be told to them. So yeah, but yeah, connects all the dots. This is another guy that I like following as well. Fresh Frontana. Does a lot of chart technical analysis. I like his charts because the trend lines that I've drawn on my charts, when I look at his charts, I see the same zones. It's just that he hasn't got all of the lines that I've got, because I'm a rookie, I'm a novice. So this guy knows the terminology as well, the right terminology to describe the patterns. I don't know that, I just make my own words up. But yeah, definitely worth a follow, 100%, especially if you're in for the long run. Give him a follow. Yeah, man, he's got taste, man, he got taste. But yeah, man, this guy's good, man, this guy's real good. Real good. Give him a follow. You into doing your perpetual contracts and stuff, yeah, give this guy a follow, man. Make some monies. It's good, he's good, he knows the patterns, he notices the patterns, and this is what I look for. See, this is the terminology. And let's go to level 08. This is another researcher out of Japan. A lot of his research is in Japanese, but you can use Google Lens to translate anything on there, like any documents. Just take your screenshots, go onto Google Lens, and it just translates the words for you from Japanese to English. But he does a lot of research. So let's go to this translate. You know, you can always just click that translate button as well, but he puts in a lot of detail. But with these kind of things here, with these images, you can just save these images, you know, save image, and then open it into Google Lens, or you can get the plugin for your browser. See, you can get like a browser plugin that translates it automatically using AI. But yeah, give level 08 a follow. Definitely give him a follow. We got IC Amphibian. IC Amphibian is a good researcher. He does the breakdowns of the white papers and the patents and the roadmaps. Ooh, can't miss out domestic metaverse as well. But IC Amphibian, let's see here. We've got things like this where he's asking the Jasmy team important questions, and they always answer in a very interesting way, where they try not to be revealing. So it leaves us guessing, it leaves us looking. I haven't actually been looking as much as what I used to. Been just chilling out, but yeah. But they're talking about, they're hinting here, saying that they might even have a secure PC kind of app for Android and Apple, you know, smart devices. I'm just seeing if I see any other accounts. So make sure you give Hara a follow as well. This is the CFO. I'm just literally just skimming down, finding some pat. Give Zupi a follow as well. Just opening some accounts, having a look on the list. Give you guys some recommendations on what to follow. Follow Takeo, he's part of the Jasmy team. So give them a follow. These guys are the main people you gotta follow. And then we've got Hara, he's the CFO of Jasmy, and I'm sure he's the CEO of Tokyo Token also, which is another project that is located in the same building as Jasmy. So we got Hara, he's gonna be posting all the main news as soon as it comes out. But these other guys, this guy does the Jasmy Spaces on the Twitter. He's a DJ as well, and he's started to do his YouTube streams as well. So check him out. So check out his page.
Date on his first. October the 3rd, 2023, right?
Give him a like and a subscribe.
In June, I said Jasmy dropped all 3, and it nearly did. It nearly reached the all-time low again, guys. It nearly did. I personally believe this will happen again. Like it is. We get only like a couple of percent now from.
He's a UK guy, so it's showing that Jasmy has a lot of reach around the world. We've got Jasmy management, so this is important because they will let you know about any fake accounts, any new projects, events, any AMA discussions and Twitter spaces, any new listings, partnerships, products, conferences, shows and events. Let's get to Little Bidman. So Little Bidman was originally from Reddit, but he joined the Twitter space, and he was the main source of Jasmy information. So he does things like this. Found a recent jasmy.co.jp page with many details about functions of the secure PC drive recorder. So yeah, he's using Google Lens to translate the text into English, and this is what it does. As you can see, the Slack one here doesn't translate, but yeah, definitely give Lil Bidman a follow. One of the original Jasmy researchers. Personal data trust banks are coming to Japan. But yeah, some recommendations for you guys. Jasmy has now provided over 60-page detail in the secure PC's drive recorder in PDF format. So we can even do a bit of research. I haven't done no research in a while. And for Jasmy streamers on YouTube, definitely give Max of Max's Crypto a follow. Give him a like and a follow. Subscribe. Give him a subscribe now. Let's tune into his stream. Give it a like. But yeah, guys, these are some of the main people to follow. Let's give it a like, give it a share as well, copy that, share that into the Discord. And yeah. But yeah, Dip Metaverse as well. Give Dip Metaverse a follow. He covers the wallets, so when something leaves the main deployer wallets, he covers what's happening. So 9 hours ago, 60 million tokens were deployed, leaving only 900 million left for deployment, which is not a lot. And on the 16th of October, he's let us know 40 million leaves 960 million. So yeah, keeps us updated on the circulation. Also does the Twitter Spaces as well. And follow my friend Mr. Uber Houston, unique researcher, very talented individual, very skilled at what it does, and is very loving and caring man. So show Mr. Uber Houston some love and some support, man. It covers many different topics that I wouldn't say are directly linked to Jasmy, but impact projects like Jasmy. So yeah. Let's get it. And yeah, these are the things that people need to read. As you can see, it's all in Japanese, but this is why you need things like Google Lens. It's a free app that you can use. You can even have a plugin. Let me see if I can translate this now. Yeah, translate this page. You can just do things like this. There we go. Okay, that didn't translate. That didn't translate. Okay, translation is unavailable for this page. So what you'd have to do is screenshot the pages, go into Google Lens, and use Google Lens to translate the document to make it understandable. I don't think it'd be able to translate some of this because the picture quality of the letters and symbols are really bad. But these things here it could translate. Yep, those ones it could, but yeah. This is just demonstrating how software works. That's how the software works. I'm going to actually leave that on as well. I'm going to look into that, and I might do a separate video. But yeah, give level 08 a follow. And for your chart analysis, give give this guy a follow. What's the other guy's name? There is another guy as well, I forgot his name. But yeah, that's my stream for today. Let's see what this is doing just before I lock off the stream. Put it on a 15-minute chart. So Bitcoin's looking like it's cooling off, which is good. Jasmy is kind of ready now to break out. Jasmy's actually ready to break out. It might just break out right now while we're watching. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. 15 minutes, 3 minutes. 3 minutes looking great. Let's have a look at the 1 minute. 1 minute's my magic. Yes, it's going to break out. Watch, it's going to go back up now. I guarantee it goes green just before the candle closes. So we've got 20 seconds before this candle closes. Let's see where it takes us. And big up Mr. Simon as well. Simon. There's a few people actually that have asked me recently to do another stream. They're like, oh, you haven't streamed in a long time. Do a stream. Do a stream. So, yeah, man. Bitcoin's £1,000 up, man. It's only 3.5%. Yeah, it needs to do a 30%. It needs to do a 30% climb. That's what it needs to do. And I've got a feeling it could do that at any moment. But if it does that 30% climb, expect it to retrace a majority of it. I think, ooh, here we go, here's the breakout now, come on. This is the real test now. If this can really push now. This is the real test, come on. Come on, do it. See what I said as well, go guarantee it happens when the candle closes. It happened, it did the climb just before the candle closed. And notice that the candle's not moving at all now, it's just froze. Interesting. These things become readable as well once you when you look at the chart for so long, you start noticing consistent patterns that repeat, you know, and it does it in a way to throw people off, so people think it's about to do a fall or it's about to retrace, and then at the last second it does a pump. It does it when the candle's about to close at, like, yeah. You see, the candle was about to close and it just did an extra little jump after the candle closed. That red candle started higher than that previous point, and now it's going to start off red, yeah, and then it's going to go green again. For a majority of this candle it's probably going to be red like this. Because all these charts are designed to do is fuck with people's emotions. It's literally based on emotions. A Japanese rice farmer invented these charts. Yeah, and it was to control the price of rice, to get a better price for your rice. How do you do it? You create a fear. So people are like, oh, the price is going up, it means that it's in high demand. So you can literally create a monopoly. Yeah, based on emotions, how you can make people feel. Are you going to lose money? Are you going to cash your money out because you don't want to lose money? So you can make people do things that they wouldn't normally want to do. So the best thing to do is with investments is, if you're confident about your choice, put your money into something, close your eyes and just go with it. Don't choose something that you're unsure about, because you will lose money if you do not know what you're doing, and you have to lose some to learn. And yeah, man. Man, Analasys. Here we go. Look at that for a nice prediction. I drew those charts in, these lines in, while I was live on the stream, and we can see that they're bouncing off the lines. Great. Let's see what Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin, by the way. Wish I had money, man. I'd be fucking rich right now. People making money listening to my charts anyway. what I occasionally do though is tell people I've sold just to see who sells. And they're like, what, you didn't sell? Why are you basing your decisions on what somebody else is doing? Yeah, you should never be a sheep, because sometimes you might get led off the end of a bridge and you'd happily be following everyone off that bridge. So due diligence always pays. Now it's touched that line, let's see what it does. The candle's just starting to go a bit green. Tell me I'm not a genius. It's okay. If it loses this one, it's going to touch the bottom one, but it is going to climb back up. I think it can do another 3% easy. Bitcoin can. There, it closed on the line. Did you see that? It literally closed on the yellow line. It's very easy to do these charts. It's just basic mode, median, mean and range. Those are the 4 things that you need. And you can kind of work out the path that things are going to take. Yeah. It's in contact with the moving average now. Let's see if it breaks. Yep, here we go. Come on, break, make it strong. Come on. Come on. I'm looking at the RSI, man. If that RSI does a nice green wick, oh no. Just went flat the last second, just when it changed candle. It's very controlled, and it's all based on, I think, the buy and sell orders. It's definitely not based on the size of the sell orders, but the quantity of the sell orders. So you could outpower a buy order for 1 million Jasmy with 10 sell orders of 10 Jasmy. You could outpower somebody who's got way more Jasmy than you just with the quantity of sell orders. It will probably adjust itself when the day closes, and it kind of evaluates the ins and outs, the profits and losses, the plus and minus. Yeah, once it's evaluated that, then it probably adjust itself to correct itself. But yeah, we noticed that. Well, Spy noticed it, who's one of the guys in our Discord channel, and yeah, we did a little presentation on it. Pretty impressive. Let's have a look at it. Spy archive. So these are some of the things that Spy's created to break down understanding of things. But there was a point where Coinbase was doing an incentive where there's giving people $3 to earn and learn about Jasmy. What people were doing, they were selling that $3. It was approximately 66 Jasmy they got. So what they was doing is look at the price then as well. It was 4.5 cents. So people selling this $3 worth of Jasmy, and it was driving the price of Jasmy down. But it wasn't driving the price down because of the volume of Jasmy being sold. No. It was driving the price down from the volume of sell orders. So the amount of sell orders were more powerful than the millions that people were buying at that time. So yeah, And then let's have a look. It's another cool little map that he did where he's linking up the things like we found this map where it's got plug, silo, Jasmy on the side, OEM businesses, got loads of stuff on this one block. He basically explains blockchain like a chain of blocks. Yeah, we're just linking it up to the mobility, the technology, the manufacturing, the different businesses. Sony is even building something to track containers worldwide, different things, silo, centrality, how this is going to link into everything. Your IoT data is going to be in the data lake. Your developers are all these companies here who are going to be building on the blockchain as merchants. Let's see what this one is. So this explains what Boba is and what Jasmy is. Coinbase custody. So this is Coinbase custody is for the institutional investors, companies, businesses, and stuff like that. Corporations, NGOs, governments, all that kind of stuff. You know, the criminals of the world. We've got things like this as well. Yeah. Mr. Darziel, this guy was interesting, came onto the Discord, but he disappeared, man. He's a cool guy as well. I liked him. Knew so much. He's talked in a professional way as well. But yeah, that's the show for today. I'm gonna upload this. Big up Simon for asking me to do the show. Peace out. Booyakasha. Oh, and feel free to donate to Cash App at that there. And yeah, follow the Instagram, YouTube, my picture, Jasmy, join the Discord as well. The link's going to be in the description. Peace out, and add up the Twitter and